How do agents determine a home's value? The age-old question of pricing. This is Ron Weiss-Sakarski at Wise Home Team Realty. And if your agent is using the PFA method, you might be in trouble. You're probably wondering, what is the PFA method? Well, it's the pluck from the air. I think it's worth this. They're shooting from the hip with no evidence. That might be a dangerous strategy in a changing market. I certainly hope they're not going to Zillow and say, well, Zillow says. Last I checked, Zillow's never walked into a home. It's an algorithm. They probably are not experts in pricing. They're really good at curating data for things that have closed. But is that safe for you in today's changing market? See, closed sales in the month of June, let's say, probably went under contract in March, April, and May. Well, that's old news in the rapidly changing market. Do you really want to value your stock portfolio on the prices back in February and March? See, it's changed. I don't think I'd make a buying decision on a stock with old data, and I sure wouldn't be selling a house or buying a house with old data. So a thing like Zillow that works in the deep past is not going to work for you. Pluck from the air, guessing, I don't know, my crystal ball, a little clear, unclear, depends on the day. I wouldn't use that either. Now, sound data. How can you accurately price a property in a changing market? I just mentioned to you that the sales that have occurred recently, 3 months ago, 6 months old news. You're going to have to be researching the properties that have closed in the last 2-3 weeks, because even that is 2 months old. The ones that are pending right now and where the market is going. And a healthy dose of listings that you currently have available as an agent, well, that's going to give you accurate data for today, which is going to suggest to you where the market is shifting today. If you haven't noticed it, and why would you, the days on market for home sales is increasing. In other words, it's taking longer to sell properties. Why? Because buyers have more options. They're pausing due to raising interest rates, even though they're still historically low, and they're uncertain. So uncertainty causes people to pause, which stretches days on market, which ultimately may or may not affect value. It will simply take more time. I actually think prices will continue to nudge upwards, which might fight something that's in your mind suggesting that, oh, rates went up, prices must go down. Not necessarily. I do believe it will take longer to sell properties for the same price or a little bit more, at least over the next quarter. I do believe that if you're pricing with the PFA, or maybe the Zillow, you might be making a mistake in this market. Select an agent that has the data in front of them and the time-tested results where they are mining the data and focusing on recent sales to get you the most accurate pricing. That's what I would be looking at. And if you have questions about that, I get it. I'd recommend you keep subscribing, keep watching these videos to help you accurately price properties in this market. This is Ron Weiss-Sakarski at Wise Home Team Realty.